What's up, guys? Today we're playing Battlefield 2042.
Battlefield 2042. Did they finally fix this game?
Guys, I need help up on the roof.
Sorry, Bill thinks it's funny to keep spamming the elevator buttons up and down.
Oh, wow, a grapple hook. Now I can grab anything.
Hey, I think I hear something on proximity.
我和我男朋友来找你.
Я могу только так подняться.
I knew it. Guys, we have to win this.
Don't worry, guys, I've got a trick up my sleeve.
Guys, we're winning.
That was not a real video game of current and former world leaders playing Battlefield 2042. That was an AI deepfake using their voices to say anything that they would like for them to say. It's spreading around. It's happening so much more and more. Maybe some people are fooled by this, but you couldn't be because that was just kind of humorous. It's not the only one of these that's been happening. Let's watch more. There's another one of Biden with a big review.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. I've made a huge mistake. Are you familiar with the 2011 film We Bought a Zoo? The Matt Damon picture. ScarJo is in it as well, although her performance isn't anything to shake a stick at, if I'm being honest. It was directed by Cameron Crowe, the fellow who made Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. Anyway, so I was watching We Bought a Zoo a few days ago because it came up on my Disney Plus after I finished an episode of that Baby Yoda show. And I thought, wow, I still can't believe they bought that freaking zoo. So I looked it up and they really did do it. They really bought a zoo in real life.
It's all fun and games when people know what's going on, but what about when someone gets their hands on it, they want to convince their audience of lies? Because, it's pretty easy to do. That happened with Turning Point USA activist Jack Probziak. I always mess up his name, so apologies there. He showed a deepfake AI, again, also of Biden speaking, except he actually had extra to it. Let's watch what he did here.
Putin's illegal occupation of Kyiv and the impending Chinese blockade of Taiwan has created a two-front national security crisis that requires more troops than the volunteer military can supply. I have received guidance from General Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, that the recommended way forward will be to invoke the Selective Service Act, as is my authority as president. The first to be called in a sequence determined by national lottery will be men and women whose 20th birthday falls during calendar year 2023. Remember, you're not sending your sons and daughters to war. You're sending them to freedom. God bless our troops and God bless Ukraine.
What we just played for you was a sneak preview, an AI, I don't want to say recreation, but maybe a pre-creation of President Biden, designed and scripted by our producers here for the show, of what could happen if President Biden were to declare and activate the Selective Service Act and begin drafting 20-year-olds here in the United States. You would be the first to be drafted using national lottery. Do you understand the gravity of what we're talking about?
I think people might. In fact, they might understand the gravity of what he's talking about a little more than what he's presenting, because he did admit there that this is all fake, made up. It's AI version of Biden. If he was going to do these things that he hadn't said at all, I guess there can be AI versions of people saying Jack murdered a bunch of dogs and cats and then skinned them and then fried them up in his pan. They could say it if he did it. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the whole point, because the Patriot Oasis is one of these groups that took this stuff and took it as real. They in fact tweeted and said, breaking in all capitals, Biden calls for a national draft. Men and women are to be selected to fight in Ukraine. And they quoted what Jack and them quoted as Biden saying, which of course he didn't. And I think that was the intended effect, Dan.
When you cut school funding and you don't have like education at the level to teach people news literacy and like online literacy to be able to spot these things. And when you have media that teaches people to distrust institutions that are generally truthful, even though flawed, this is what you get, where, a lot of people will see these things and go, this is obviously a deep fake. You can see what's going on. Right. And then other people will, like Jack Posobiec or however you pronounce it, will go, okay, we'll tease it a little bit. This is what it might be. This isn't what it actually is, but this is what it might be. And then you'll have that third layer that you just showed of people who will go, okay, this is what's actually happening. I've been fooled. I've been bamboozled. And it's happened to us before here or there. Like, who among us hasn't been fooled by some fake news at some point doing this for a while? Responsible thing is to delete it and not go with it and apologize for it and spread that it's fake. These people don't care. They have an agenda. That's where it gets scary, because we, at every single level in the society, we don't have a lot of news literacy and the ability to spot this stuff.
And if you do think there are many viewers that these hosts and stuff don't realize their viewers will act on these things, you're lying to yourself. They know it. They've seen it. Everyone else knows it and seen it as well.